relationship is healed in the course of that journey. So that was amazing. Of course, David Cassidy, I gotta tell you, we didn't do CGI in those days so much. So when he flips the mirror down in the restaurant and suddenly it looks like I'm covered in snakes, they didn't CGI that in. Here comes the snake handler with 2 garbage bags of snakes. And Danny Bilson was directing that episode. He's scared of snakes. Well, he had to leave the set. My Lana Sharp, my hairdresser, she screamed at one point. They put snakes on me at one point. I had these glasses, sunglasses, and the snake's coming over my head, and I see the tongue, and it's pushing my glasses off, and I go, snakes, But yeah, that was old school. It was great working with those guys.
Okay, we got time for 1 or 2 more in the blue right here, and then I'll come to you next. Okay.
Wow. But the thing you have to look out for now is some of the stuff you think is CGI is really happening, because in a lot of instances they're going back to live action practical effects. Somebody asked me about the Savitar fight. Yeah, at the beginning of being thrown around, we were all digitally scanned. We all stood in our underwear. It's not a pretty sight. So, and we're up on this platform with lights, and they striking different poses and expressions. They digitally scanned us. So a lot of times it's like, and the digital double takes over. But that long big fall at the end of the fight, where he down the alley off the top of the building and landing in the alley, that was my stuntman. So we got to give him props. It's not all CGI, because I think they learned exactly what you're talking about. That it's like car races, isn't it? It's not to be ghoulish, but there's an element of risk, And I don't want anyone to think that Grant Gustin's job is a bit easier than mine was, because it isn't. And his movement capabilities far outstrip what I was capable of when I was Barry. He's very athletic, his dance training, everything, it really works well for a modern day telling in the Flash. But yeah, it's always a choice, and it's budget versus the time that you have. It took us 9 days, two units running simultaneously to get our OG Flash hour. I think we did enter Flash time in 7 days. And that blew my mind. But a lot of it was, and it also, I'll tell you what they get. What you give up maybe is a little bit of wondering if it's CGI or not, but what they get is more time for character and relationship. And I think that's what hooked a lot of guys would watch. I'd hear from their girlfriends or wives saying, well, I really wasn't too interested, and then I saw the pilot. And I saw what was going on between these characters. She said, no, I'm a fan of the show. So that's what you get. It's always weighing and balancing, but I appreciate those words. Listen, those long hours with the sun coming up. Hearing you say that is balm to my soul, so thank you.
All right, bring it home. Second row right there.
Aren't you guys proud of yourselves? The rest of the entertainment industry has finally caught up with you. No, I didn't. I remember in 1990, I heard about, after shooting all night, that there was this Comic-Con going on in San Diego, and there were vendors and artists, and we should probably go down there for half a day. And okay, so, we went down there and we walked through in a couple of hours, and I signed a dozen autographs or whatever and went back to LA. 2014, We go to San Diego Comic-Con at the new show. 180,000 people have taken over San Diego. We debut our pilot episode in Hall H in front of 7,000 people who had been sleeping outside the night before. It was oversold. At one point, Jesse Martin, because we hadn't been on the air yet, we stepped out onto a balcony to do an interview with Entertainment Weekly or something, and people set up this cheer. You know, and Jesse was like, we hadn't done anything yet. It was a completely different feeling, because who am I talking to? Would you raise your hand? It was a completely different feeling because we had to fight for our audience, right? In 1990, not only because of scheduling issues, we didn't have DVRs, imagine. Long ago and far away. But in 2014, we're walking into an audience that's ready for us, waiting for us. So yeah, big difference, big difference. A lot of progress in quarter of a century.
Well, John, just to wrap it up, I just want to say, first and foremost, congratulations on being able to not do this once but twice. And thank you so much for being here and sharing these stories with us. It's always great talking to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big hand.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Mark.
Please come.